Today is August 5th, 2020, taking a look around the garden. My mystery plant is definitely a pumpkin. It seems the weight of the fruit has started to split the vine open, but it's still alive. I only see the one fruit on it. So I'm just going to let it dry and cure on the vine. And hey, I might have a pumpkin in time for making jack-o'-lanterns in October. A lot of the other plants are still going strong. The cucumber is almost to the top of the trellis. The mystery tomatoes are still all green, but getting pretty big. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. I'm super excited. The grapes, I tried one off of each bunch, and they are super, I can't see them very well, super ready to be harvested. So I'm going to harvest those tonight and eat them tonight. Oh, I actually grew grapes. Not a lot of the beans sprang up. I did harvest 2 melons off of that melon. They were the Minnesota mini melon. After all, they had an orange flesh on the inside. I haven't seen any fruit really take hold on this watermelon. Harvested a lot of, we'll get to that. But on this, oh, hello lizard. You're so cute. I'm sorry I almost stepped on you. Hi, pretty. Okay, stop getting distracted by lizards. There is one watermelon on this vine that took forever to get going, but hey, it's got a watermelon on it, so I'm excited about that. Also, this is the honeydew, and there are a few, I don't know if you can see them, melons, little tiny ones on here that have a little bit taken hold, so maybe I'll get a honeydew. That cucumber is also taking off. There's a tiny cucumber on there. I have really cleared out all of the weeds and moved, the honeydew over here. I am planning to, once the sunflowers have actually flowered and then I collect the heads, I'm going to move that white platform over here. And then I'm going to move all of these barrels, those pots, and that barrel and those pots onto it, so I can kind of clear the brick space. And then I'll have most of my containers over here. Harvested most of the corn. There were a few tiny ears that had somewhat kernels on them. I cooked them. God, they tasted awful. They tasted like chalk, like not really sour or bitter, but like not sweet at all. At all. So even though there are some, ears over here, I'm not holding out much hope. I'm pretty sure corn is a wash this year. The large bed over here is doing well. I got a wood chipper. My boyfriend got me a wood chipper for my birthday, so I've been chipping a lot of the old corn stalks, old blackberry vines, old plum branches, and making them into mulch and applying mulch first to this bed, but hopefully I'll get around to all the other beds. The tomatoes are still going strong. I've been tying them up to the trellis still as they go and harvesting about a handful of cherry tomatoes every time I come out here to pick, which is once every 1 to 3 days. The determinate tomatoes behind seem to be coming to the end of their life. These second planting of squash over here aren't looking so hot, but I haven't been very consistent in watering, so hopefully with the mulch that helps a bit with that. As you can see through there, the peppers, something was munching on one of them, but they've got a few peppers on them, and some of them are starting to turn orange. I harvested one that was early, and it tasted really good. Those are the tequila peppers. So hopefully, they didn't do so great over in that spot this year, but my peppers in the square bed did really good this year, so I think I will concentrate peppers more in the square bed next year and get a better harvest. Gosh, I really need to weed this bed. There's still a few late strawberries on this is the oldest strawberry plant, 2 years old now. A lot of the berries are coming in on the blackberry bush. This squash started breaking itself under its own weight, so I had to tie it up a bit better. Oh, there's another lizard. Hello, pretty lizard. Aren't you all just active today? It's been very warm. It's been up in the upper 80s and occasionally peaking into the 90s. The potatoes are doing good. The one in the box is doing a lot better. So, looking forward to harvesting those. Harvested a few melons off of this, which turned out to be the Minnesota mini melon, not the Kiku melon. That one I think is going a little past ripe. More. So this blackberry bush is a lot farther behind than the other one. There's still a lot more percentage green berries, rather than that one is like a higher percentage red berries going into black. But it just means I'll get to pick one and then pick the other. The bell peppers really haven't done well this year. Just kind of what I suspected, so it's kind of the reason why I moved over to the more long-shaped peppers, and those definitely have a lot more on them, and I'm waiting for them to change colors. So this pepper bed is good, and I'm going to more heavily rely on this to be where I plant my peppers next year. The lettuce is being overtaken by weeds. It hasn't bolted yet. I think it's starting to. Yeah. A few of them are starting to bolt because, again, it has been up in the 90s and starting to spike. It's only August. Our hottest month is usually September. So I am expecting a lot of like that lettuce, the kale that is over there in that bed, the kale that's over here. I expect that stuff to finally give up the ghost in September, if not late August. Turns out my raspberries are black raspberries. But it makes it nice and easy to know which ones are getting ready to get picked. I've harvested a lot of the lower fruit on these. There's some upper ones. Some of the ones from inside have come out here. It's getting a little wild over here in Tomato Town, including over here. These were my later tomatoes, and as you can see, they've still got a bunch of green lower fruit, but that's great. Because as some of my ones in the greenhouse and in the side bed over there are petering out, these ones are coming into fruition. So I think the staggering of the plantings and then planting these over here where it's slightly more shady paid off. Because now that some of those are making less and less fruit, these are really coming into their first true harvest. Over here, these are about ready to pick. Looking at the outside of the greenhouse, there's some of these Amish pastes are starting to blush, which is great. Some of the lower ones haven't blushed, while the upper ones are blushing. Maybe it's exposure to sun. I'm not sure. A lot of the determinants are still coming along, ripening their last fruits, and so on and such. The cucumbers, I don't know if I'm going to get any more of this one. I don't see actually any new fruit set. That's a straight, no. That is an early fortune cucumber, and then this is the Yamato Long. But they're all curling, and I tried one that was actually ripe the other day, and it's bland, it's mild, even for a cucumber. So I don't know if I'm going to be really interested in doing the Yamato Longs again. It was an experiment, it was a thought. Pulled out most of the beans that were done over here. There's a few that I'm waiting to ripen their last fruit. Inside the greenhouse, it looks majestic and full of tomatoes. These peppers really haven't done well. They're spindly, they're leggy. They only have one fruit on them, if that. So I think the peppers inside the greenhouse, especially in this little corner, I don't think they do as well. I really think that bed's going to be the pepper bed. Yeah, been harvesting tomatoes very, very consistently in here. As you know, one round ripens, I pick them, the next round ripens, and so I am staying in tomatoes so much that I keep giving them away. These are the bell peppers, and again, they didn't really put off any flowers or get anything. Over here, these are the German Hordellos, and there's like 5, they're all green still. There's like 5 different huge peppers. So maybe peppers in the bed in here make sense, peppers in bags don't. I should keep that in mind for planning next year. Speaking of planning ahead, the fall's coming up, and I am definitely giving thought to what to plant where for for the fall, like I said, September is the hottest month around here, so a lot of the fall things I'm going to have to wait to either direct sow in October or sow inside late September and then transplant out here late October, early November. Yeah, things are still in full swing around here. This is that tiny cucumber. Yeah, I am excited.